Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and your host, Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
I almost started the show on mute. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Skywalker back at y'all with another one. And y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you hear me rocking out, and I appreciate that. Much love, each and every single person out there that's rocking out in the live chat. And everybody that will be catching this on replay as well. Much love, all you guys. We are here and we are live. What up, DC Talk? What's going on, bro? We got Jeffrey Warfield. Much love, bro. Got Douglas Murphy in the chat. Much love, Douglas Murphy. Shout out to the good Austin. Hey. Much love, bro. Much appreciation. We got SPR Dave in the house. Right. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace to Vince Zampella, the creative director on a bunch of games that are very beloved and well known by people of all ages and races and ethnicities across the world. And shout out to that dude, passed away earlier today. That was terrible news. So for sure, R.I.P. Vince Zampella. And thank you for saying that, Spider-Man, because I wanted to make sure that I brought that up on stream. We got Sin Havoc 5150 in the building. Much love, bro. We got Mama Bear Doll. Thank you for being here, Mama Bear. Merry Christmas, SPR Dave. Much love. We got Josh Herrera in the building. Mama Bear said you always start the show on cute. Oh, my goodness. Stop that. Stop that, Mama Bear. Hope you're having a great day and happy holidays to all of you guys out there as well. Yeah. We are about to get this thing started. I'm going to put the link in the chat in a little bit. Y'all already know how these things go. Make sure y'all smash the like button, share, subscribe, as well as the notification bell so that you know when I'm going live or dropping a new video. You did? Man, it's been a long weekend, but we locked in, though. You already know, just smash that like, share, subscribe, use these hashtags if you're trying to discuss the continuation of Zack Snyder's DC arc. Right, this thing gonna be on Netflix, whether it's on a platform, in IMAX, and theaters, however you want it. You know, all that is covered in these hashtags. We only ask that you guys be positive. Please don't mix them with others, and also don't tag anybody over currently at WBD. After this buyout is complete, we can have a different conversation. But as of right now, we too locked in on being effective. All right. ZSJL to Netflix over on YouTube and X, also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to, as all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Lux of the New Geeks. And if you'd like to sponsor a stream, whenever you guys give super chats, super thanks, gifted memberships, anything of that sort, it is tallied up, and whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom of a following stream, like the homie Rebel Moon Theory does for this one. Crazy how that played out, right? We got Michael in the building. What's going on, Michael? Much love, bro. We got Alan Belk in the house. What's going on, Alan Belk? All right. Much love, all y'all. I'm about to put the link in the chat in a few minutes. Just wanted to come out here and say a few things first, and then I'll put the link in the chat. So anybody that wants to join can join. Same rules as usual. If I don't know you, you have to cam up. If I know you, it's fine. But if I don't know you, you have to cam up. I'm sorry. Those are the rules. It 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 has to be this way. Trust me. We do it like this for a reason. But yeah, those are the rules. If I don't know you, you got to cam up. But yeah, first, before we put the link in the chat, I do want to take some time out to say thank you to the homie Rebel Moon Theory, aka the Curly Ray, who did a fantastic job of putting this entire day together. This whole thing was him. We've done nothing but show our support for his endeavors, but at the end of the day, this entire thing was his brainchild, and it is amazing to be a part of and to see, somebody start something from a very organic place and to see it grow and flourish like this. I mean, I got up in the whole timeline with Rebel Moon stuff, and I got a chance to speak with him earlier. He really spoke about how that was dope for him, and it was amazing for me to be able to see and get that reaction from him, because I know, as being on the other side of these things, it's so much stress and planning and like thought energy and things that go into these type of events, and it may seem like it's all simple, but it's really not. And so for him to be able to push through all of the people that was literally trying to get him to stop doing what he was doing, right? But for him to have the mental fortitude to be able to push through that and to get this done in spite of all of that, and for it to have the turnout that it did, it was really amazing. And I just want to say shout out to Rebel Moon Theory, aka the Curly Ray, who put this whole day together, and is really the reason why we're even here having this conversation. Because him and everybody made waves today, yo. If you guys see, because y'all know we gotta bring the receipts, right? I mean, this thing was trending earlier in entertainment, right? All right. Fans mark 2-year anniversary of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, which is so funny because if you think about it, right? When there was some questions about why he was doing this last time, and people were like, "Oh my God, why are we even doing this?" Right? Unless we're asking for, blah 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 blah. Why are we even having this conversation? This is why we have these conversations. I need you guys to realize this. This is why we have these conversations, because it lets the people know that there's still interest in the IP, right? There's still people talking about it. There's still people caring about these characters. They're caring about this world. They're keeping it in the zeitgeist. They're keeping it trending amongst entertainment topics. Letting people know that there's still a fan base there. Right? But it didn't stop there. Y'all know they love giving these breakdowns. All right, Grok with the receipts saying fans mark 2-year anniversary of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, released on December 22nd, 2023. Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, follows Korra, played by Sophia Boutella, as she rallies a team including Jaimon Hansu and Ray Fisher to fight the Motherworld Empire, despite a 21% Rotten Tomatoes score. So, once again, huge anti-marketing campaign against this film, bringing it up. Hey, despite its low Rotten Tomatoes score, it drew 23.9 million views in its first week, top charts, and led to Part 2 and director's cuts that pushed the franchise past 100 million views total. So even though they was trying to hate, I got a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. Bruh, Captain Marvel had like 90 something. This is why we don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, fans are resurfacing favorite moments like the Blood Axe Warriors intro and lines such as "You cover me with this" or "You cover me with dirt," while hoping for more, like a Part 3. Oh, we getting Part 3, bro. If they think Part 3 is not coming, it's ridiculous. Right? But even Grok letting them know. Top charts. We got video games winning awards. We got comic books coming out, all types of merch, life-size Damascus steel swords, right? Whatever those things are called. All right. Whatever they call it, man. Said fear is more effective than gratitude. All right. Much love, TJ. Do you think it'll be PG-13 and R? Yes, bro. I think it's gonna be. Look, Zach was even quoted as saying it's gonna continue, and as it gets further along, it's gonna get like this, right? It's gonna. It's gonna keep like it's starting out like that, and it's about to get more and more different, right? Said it's been a while since there was anything about the Rebel Moon. I mean, they still been updating the stuff with the games and all that. So I don't know how the franchise is dead. And here's the thing too, right? Here's what is really killing me. We act as if, or not us, but the larger people, we act as if we don't know what the hell is about to happen. So it's like, if they want to talk about these things all in like a vacuum, right? So they'll be like, oh, well, Zach's The Last Photograph might not be at Netflix, right? So, and they probably canceled all of his other movies, right? And this, that, and the third. But then they're also not letting in that we're about to get Zach doing fucking DC. Like, so it's like, well, like, are we not including that in the equation when we discuss these things? Right? Are we just gonna leave out that he's probably about to do more DC? And that will be the priority, and then you can go back to Rebel Moon. Right? I don't know. He says, I just really want Part 3. And you're gonna get Part 3 and Part 4. But at the same time, Zach can only work on so many like large projects at a time, right? Crazy. Nah, bruh. If people be doing their own math, ill life. Remember when Zach said that the people from Netflix told him that more people watch Rebel Moon than watch Barbie, and everybody tried to make fun of him and act like he made that shit up, right? I don't know. I don't know. I I just know this, that the more that we get on the front of the Rebel Moon universe in terms of like VR stuff, video games, this, that, and the third. Can't say that this franchise is dead. You just can't do that. You just can't do it. One more thing I wanted to look at, and then I'll put the link in the chat. Right. But the homie Curly Ray shared this video earlier. He said, wait till they see this VR shit too. Hey, right? Hey, do we got a teaser for like when that's gonna happen? You want to let them know? Be like, yo, winter 2026. Nah, I'm just joking. All right. Yeah. He's like, yeah, oh, for sure, Brody. I got you. He said, it's not dead. Oh yeah, no. I know it's probably not like what we had discussed prior, right? I was just oh, he said so. Oh shit, he said soon being tonight. I thought we was gonna push that back, bro. I'm sorry. That's what I thought. I thought we was pushing that back for sure. But yeah. Hey, dope. Yeah, we got the Rebel Moon, the VR stuff coming soon to a theater near you. I'm just right. Bro, who in here asking about the Ellisons? He said TJ don't ever ask about the hold on. Who in here asking about the hell the Ellisons? Who in here asking? Oh my god, TJ, I'm about to boot you, dog. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, yo. I'm just joking. But don't, bro, y'all stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe, bro. Don't don't come in here talking about the Ellisons, dog. I'm not even doing a video on that shit. I'm not even doing a video. That should let you guys know. I'm not doing a live stream on that at all. I refuse. I refuse to do a live stream about that about that Ellison business, bro. They over there taking tours of the company, bro. It's a wrap, dog. It's a wrap, yo. He said, who told you, who gave you that information?
Who told you that? Who gave you that piece of information?
Nah, I saw it, bro. But it's like, just leave it. Nah, man. He said, nah, bro. He said, no need for a video. Bro, I'm not covering that, dog. I'm not covering that, bro. I'm not. I refuse, dog. I refuse, dog. They is not that ship has sailed, bro. And the further and the quicker that they figure that out, right? He said, "I've been too busy running running to the North Pole, getting ready for Wednesday night, bro." Yo, look, I already know, man. It's been wild. It's been insane. It's been crazy for me too, bro. It's been an insane weekend, right? It's been an insane weekend. All right. We got Frank C says, Sky, Zach could even hand off Rebel Moon to his son while he's doing other projects. Bro, Zach's already let other people direct stuff in the Army verse, right? I don't see why, dude. This okay, look. Rebel Moon is amazing, and he's gonna get back to that, but I'm sure that you guys understand that, you know, he's gonna want to finish what he has to do with DC, right? And I think him getting to conclude that story will also lead to, because look, with every film that Zach's been making, he's been growing as a filmmaker. I've been seeing it. It's been pretty obvious, right? I think a lot of the techniques that he's been learning, using these different lenses, all of those types of things. You even saw that it added in to the scenes that were added to ZSJL, right? We're gonna get better films in the long run if these things play out the way that Zach wants them to play out, right? I really don't think that we have anything to worry about at all. And I think that when he does come back to Rebel Moon, it's gonna be an even better project than we would have gotten if he would have just jumped right back in, because he obviously said that he was even kind of tired and needed a break from all the big CGI heavy stuff, right? So, you know, but I kind of saw this video getting shared around earlier, and I haven't watched it, but I've had like 3 people send it to me, so I'm gonna check it out and I'll give my reaction on here now. Oh, here we go.
I watched both the original versions.
What do you say?
Have you watched Rebel Moon? I watched both the original versions of Part 1, Part 2. I mean, it wasn't like horribly bad. I mean, I thought it was better than Morbius, but I thought it wasn't as bad as what everybody was making it out to be. But I just watched the director's cut of Part 1. That was not bad. Not that bad at all. The action was insanely much more intense, definitely more graphic, but the storyline itself was more flushed out.
Well, one, this guy seems like he's really like general audience. Doesn't seem like he's like a Snyder cultist, right? We definitely know he's not a Snyder cultist. He said, yo, the PG-13 cuts were better than Morbius, you know, which I thought Morbius was like an okay movie, bro. Like that, I mean, was it like the best movie? But no, like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But Morbius wasn't like, I don't know. I think some of this hyperbole just gets too far now. Anyway, but yeah, he's like, hey, it was better than Morbius, right? But yeah, he's definitely not a Snyder cultist, and he seems to have enjoyed the director's cuts quite a bit more. So let's continue.
Even the backstory of one of the characters was completely eliminated in the original version, but in this one was completely explained. You know,
Probably Eris.
Hats off to the people who created all the different beings and characters in there. I mean, the special effects, makeup, wow, that was really great. I will say, also, the entire world that was created, the entire universe that was created, was very lived in. It was like a very established.
Yep, and that's all out of Zach's head, man. You know what? It's funny also, people that I got to watch that movie, one of the things that they asked me consistently was, is this like based on anything, or is it from like a book or something? You know, but hey. It was all Zach's head. I'm sorry, people, but it was all from Zach's head. So, you know, all that world building and that lived in and that very dense feeling that you got in some of these areas and all this sense of history, right? We'll see, you know.
Like, it really immersed you into the story. With all the different creatures that are there, you get a real sense of how vast this entire universe is and how many different planets and species are all commingling and working together and living as a community and interacting with one another, and the travel between planets. I was very impressed with that. Regarding that whole storyline, there's only one thing that I thought was a little bit lackluster, and that was, okay, we're going to fight against this mother world, right? So we need to get a band of merry men together to fight against them. So let's go recruiting. And then I realized what he was doing. It only fell in that type of order because of the guy who was actually betraying them.
Right. Hey, see? And then, right, which is actually... he's spitting. Right? Because it's like, yeah, if you want to look at it as like, well, you know, it's kind of a paint by numbers thing. Well, when you look at what was his name, Kai, and you see what was happening, that's why it was like that. Genius.
The thief guy, smuggler, he was going from place to place to round up all of those people so that they could be all handed over and he can get paid for doing it. So that's the reason why it was just like, we're going to go this place and get this person, go this place and get that person, get this place and get this person, because it was his idea. That's why it was like, it seemed kind of, I don't know, like they were actually working to find people, all while he knew who that girl was because of, he's kind of like a bounty hunter too. And I think I've heard people complain about that whole aspect of, they went to go find this person, and then they went and found another person, and then went and found another person. And it seemed like not fluid, like they figured out, oh, we could maybe meet up with this person, or we find them by accident. And it seemed like sloppy writing, but it wasn't.
Exactly.
It was all planned by the smuggler guy. He had like a list.
Bruh, see, you know what? This is like the average general. This is like literally the average fan, right? People will say, oh my God, these movies be having these plot holes and stuff like that. And then they end up realizing later that it really wasn't a plot hole. How many times have we heard this happen? This is crazy. After this is done and I cook for a little bit longer, I'm gonna open up the panel, but I'm just letting y'all, this is wild.
The people that he wanted to grab, and he convinced the girl, the main character, I forget her name, but he convinced her, hey, these would be good people, and because they really hate the motherland. But Rebel Moon director's cut, far better than the original version. I look forward to watching the second part 2 director's cut. Just got to carve out 3 hours of my time, but so far the first 3 hours, that was worth it. Not a bad story. I would like, as of right now, I am interested in more. And I think that's what a movie should do. It should make you want more of that story. So have you watched it? Did you watch the director's cut? What do you think? What do you think Zack Snyder did good, did bad? Let me know.
I mean, yeah. That's like the average viewer experience, bro. They be like, this was a plot hole, blah, 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 blah. And then you end up saying, well, actually, no, because this, and this, and then like, I didn't even realize that. And it's like, yeah. See, this is a plot hole. Me explains how it's not a plot hole. Exactly. And they be like, you're a cultist. He said, that's what you call a normie. All right. But yeah, let me go ahead and let me put this link in the chat. I'm going to have an open panel. All right. We'll talk. And he said, well, he still did it badly. Maybe just trying to find a reason to hate. You know what I mean? I'm going to put this in the chat. And then I'm going to pin it. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all, because I got to go over here and pin it. There we go. All right. Wow. Hold up. Austin. Wait. Hold on. I gotta let Austin know something. I gotta hit up the flash real quick. Yep. All right. Much love, Michael. Anyway, but yeah, back to what I was saying. That is like the average. He said comes out of editing trends to look down, realizing I was mouth breathing. He's like, bruh, just locked in. Yo, you know what's so funny? Austin has like sent us little like screenshots and like these like little snippets of a view into his world and like editing and all that. It's so funny how like he really do it. It almost really is like the Speed Force, right? He spends so much time in between like each frame. It's just crazy, man. All right. We got Mega Deuce. Much love. Just love all y'all in the chat, man. This is super dope. I just be happy to bring you guys these conversations. Right? Austin's a fool, man. All right. Austin cracks me up, yo. Right. I just want to know this. Anybody that be trying to talk about Rebel Moon is dead. I bet they won't bet no money though. Right? Bet they won't bet no money though. They ain't gonna never do that. He said, and that's why I'm the Flash. Right? Right. He be living in between each frame, bro. I be like, hey, like I got a breakdown of what that effective video look like. As I said, betting money would be a risk. It's easier to just talk shit. Hey, I bet it is. Right? It's hard to actually go against a narrative for years and be called crazy and, you know, tagged in all these wild, wild ass posts with government agencies and all that stuff, right? Crazy. That's the hard thing. It's easier to just sit back and talk about those kind of people and like laugh, right? Shout out to the new geeks. We got the homie Leon in the building. Yeah, bro. We just chilling. It's easier to do all that. He said we got an APB out on all of them. Bro, they be shutting their channels down when it's time to talk about Rebel Moon, bro. Right? Channels go black. All right. And shout out to the homie Josh Herrera, bro. Always putting in work. Right. Letting people know about these great dates coming up. All these anniversaries, special days. You know what I mean? He said we should start challenging him on Zach's results as films drop on those apps where you can gamble on anything. Right? Bruh, oh my God. And that would be so dope. Yeah. He said their channels had technical difficulties. He said what MJ said about talking shit while being up on the score, but not at tip off. He said, yeah, I respect the man talk shit when he's down or when it's 0-0, not when he's up. Right? Talk either when you down or when it's 0-0. Right? We was down this whole time, right? SPR Dave said, I'm really happy that Netflix let Zach do his thing and it's still showcasing Rebel Moon. Bruh, and not only just that, but they put it on a pedestal, bro. And they put it on a pedestal, yo. And gave him the epic worlds of Zack Snyder, all that, and this off the strength of a new original IP with no A-list actors. Literally, the selling point is Zack Snyder doing sci-fi, right? Said they ain't interested in facts. Nah, it ain't. Said watching Police Academy. Yeah, man. Nah, this is a super dope day. I'm glad that I could be here celebrating with y'all, man. It's just like it's been all time, man. We had the podcast, the Seneschal, bro, it's been podcasts, toys. Yo, did Peacemaker have all that shit? Tell me Peacemaker had all that. It's always in the top 10 at random times. New people discover it every day, just like Stranger Things, K-pop, and every other great Netflix original. Exactly, bro. These are facts. Right? It was trending earlier. If this fan base is much larger than they would have you guys believe, right? They actually do these things so that you guys will hope that there is no other fan base, or there are no other fans. It's no reason to be excited. There's no hope for anything to come out in the future. That's why they do these things. Right? He said, nope, Peacemaker didn't have any of that. It had no tie-in podcasts, all this merch, VR games, mobile games. Like, what are we talking about, bro? He said, I think Pacemaker, he called it Pacemaker. Alan Belt, come on, man. He called it Pacemaker, bro. Oh. Said I got one McFarlane figure. I wasn't interested. He said, if McFarlane did Rebel Moon, I'd buy them all. Bruh, they had life-size Nemesis blades, bruh. Crazy. Right? He said, that's what's about to happen. This is hilarious, man. He said they had a podcast, but the podcast had more views than the actual show. Yo, the Seneschal podcast was crazy too. That was insane. Right? Ill Life said there's a whole line of pop figs. Yep. We got the Curly Ray doing mad unboxings and unveilings and showing off everything for sure. Let me go ahead and bring the first guest up here. We got the homie stopping through. Jeffrey Worldfield. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
Hey Scott, yeah, I'm doing good. like you said about that Shamshaw podcast, like, yeah, that was really completely out of nowhere, and with how that story was done, and like how that story was done, and then kind of like going back and listening to Jimmy's kind of retelling of the Princess Issa legend. It's like, I won't to go into details about it because for those who haven't kind of like listened to it, but the thing about like going back into listening some of this stuff that's kind of like the quote unquote side content of Rebel Moon, like that Chanshaw podcast, and going back to the movie again, listening to Jimmy talking about Princess Issa, like, I can't help but feel sad for Jimmy, actually, and because it's like how the Shamshaw podcast was, it's like, wow, like,
yeah, it gives a lot of history on the Jimmys and how they came into fruition, right?
Yeah, like it really is. And and I just downloaded the Rebel Moon game on my
Bloodline.
phone. So yeah, I can't wait to dive into that. But like that's really kind of like the thing about like diving into this Rebel Moon world, like just from the comics and the Shamshaw podcast. It's like the world is already deep as is. That kind of leads into more of what we could possibly expect with like theorizing on it and stuff. And that's really kind of like the thing. Like you have like people just focusing on kind of like the movie aspect of
Mhm.
it, but once you get into like the actual important like nitty gritty of it in the comics and the podcasts and stuff,
Yeah.
like you could
I think
tell
it's called
that.
like transmedia. Like it's like multiple mediums, video games, the podcast, the movies, the VR stuff, right? I mean, it's literally like
Yeah.
all types of different things, and they're trying to say, "Oh, well, this franchise is dead," and they keep dropping more and more stuff, and it just won mobile or the Netflix Game of the Year, right? And we're sitting here
Yeah.
talking about it, crazy.
Yep. And really like that's really kind of like the crazy thing too, because I remember you earlier saying that people said that that Netflix game wasn't going to be made because that was kind of like the narrative going on.
Yeah, and they said canceled, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing too. Like people have been saying that that all of Zach's Netflix stuff has been canceled. And the best thing that I could kind of see is like
Some
only
crazy.
two articles that say that. And it's just like from what I've read, and I've read like both of the articles, and they're just saying like, they're essentially saying like, I've heard that it's been canceled. Like they don't even say like the name of the person of the source. It's
They never
just
do.
more. It's just straight up hearsay about it.
Yeah, they never do because they have their marching orders and they're told to kind of write those articles and put those narratives out. And it's all because they don't want people to be excited, man. They don't want people hyped for this Netflix thing. As you see, as it's kind of started to settle in that they're actually buying Warner Brothers. Now that's the new thing is, well, just because they're buying Warner Brothers, it doesn't mean that they're going to bring Zach back. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to have this argument with you
Yeah, I'm
guys.
not gonna understand
Right?
that.
Like, come on now. They literally said outwardly so that they wanted to bring Zach back to do more DC. They're the only company that ever said that. They're the only
Yep.
company that ever said, hey, we want Zack Snyder doing more DC. And you guys are questioning whether or not they're going to let him do DC after they buy the company?
Yep. And that's really kind of like really like that's the whole thing too. Like, and if I'm remembering this correctly, it was one of the execs that said, and I quote, "The more Zach, the merrier," basically. And we already know that Zach has a unreleased director's cut of Sucker Punch that's just actually sitting in the vault. So they could release that too whenever.
Yeah,
So
he said that's half the reason I think they are doing this. Yeah, I had that stream where we broke it down. Sell ZSJL to Netflix is why they bought Warner Brothers. I'm
yep.
trying to tell you guys, y'all can dread it. You know what I'm saying? They can run from it. They bought them because of Sell ZSJL to Netflix. They're
Yep.
like, yo, there's no way. And it's funny because even during one of the news segments, one of the anchors go, I mean, what made all this happen where like all of a sudden everybody's like bidding on Warner Brothers like that, and I'm like, us.
Yep.
This conversation we started, we let Netflix know, like, yo, this Snyder version is a gold mine, and they took a look under the hood and was like, yo, we need this right now.
Yeah, and it really like that whole thing with like how Mikey Sutton told you that Netflix got that idea from you guys, like it completely makes sense because the thing is like let's be real, we weren't going to get the Snyderverse in normal circumstances like we did with the Snyder Cut because that was there was that whole needed a whole pandemic and everything. But but you guys you basically kind of threw like a curveball and it kind of made a whole new window and doorway, like saying a whole door number two saying, hey Netflix, why don't you just buy the Snyderverse, or in this case now in hindsight Warner Brothers, so we can
Yeah. Yeah, because I even gave the people a little breakdown about why those talks were kind of taking so long. Netflix wanted Warner Brothers to put in money if they were going to do it, right? Because I'm pretty sure that they were looking at it like this, right? Let's say that you own something, right?
Yep.
And I want to say, yo, I can use these characters and go make a whole bunch of money, and I want to license these characters from you. And then you say, okay, well, you can do that, but I'm gonna charge you top dollar. And it's like, wait a minute, like, hold on. If I'm gonna have to pay all this money to make some money off this thing that you already are just letting it sit there, like, if it's really worth that much more to you, why don't you fucking use it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you use it, right? So they wanted, because look, also, if you think about it, it would have been making them a hell of a lot of money too, right? Because they would have still owned that license. So all the stuff, a whole bunch of the money would have still been going, like all the, a big chunk of the money would have still been going back to them. So I'm sure Netflix, like, yo, like, y'all better put in on this too, right? Like, and Warner Brothers, like, nope, we just gonna charge y'all all these fees. And then it's like, wait a minute. So if we're gonna have to pay all these fees and do it all ourselves, why don't we just buy the company? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you that's how that went. I bet you that's how that went, bro. Because they was playing hardball, and I know for a fact that they wanted Netflix to they wanted Netflix to foot the entire bill. And Netflix definitely wanted them to chip in some too. And there was a lot of back and forth. So I'm like, yo, at what point is it like, yo, if you're like, if this thing really means that much to you, why don't you do it? Right? Like, that makes no sense, right?
Yeah, like that makes no sense. Like, if that's like, that's like basically a guy coming to you saying like, hey, you can use these characters, but you're gonna have to pay top dollar. And then I'm like, what? Like, that's like, you know what? No, that's not gonna happen. I'll just buy you out. Like, really, like that was really the cheapest way to do it, because also from that's actually the kind of thing that a lot of people still don't really kind of mention, that Netflix is actually one of the highest grossing entertainment companies right now in Hollywood in general.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was part of that statement where like towards the end of that clip that I be playing, Ted Sarando said that Warner Brothers have been flipping themselves into gymnastics, trying to become this general entertainment brand, and now they don't have to do that. They can just kind of focus on making money. TJ says, Scott, is it fair to say that WBD would have charged in Netflix for a maximum $100 billion to use DC characters from the Snyderverse, or am I tripping? No.
No.
Nah. When I talked to, there was actually a stream that Mikey and I did. I think it was like the cost of sales is jail to Netflix, or something like that. Mikey spoke about the fact that the way that it was going to go was they couldn't charge based upon like the streaming numbers. They would have had to have charged Netflix based upon what the movie did theatrically. And since that movie kind of bombed theatrically, so to speak, the cost for it, the licensing fee, was only going to be in a range of about $250 million from what I recall. But it would have been the 250 on top of like putting forth all of the production costs, and that would have just been for like the one thing, and not everything else that we're probably going to get now. So it just makes more business sense. Like, if you're going to nickel and dime me and make me put up all of the money for this thing that is these old toys that you don't want to use anymore, right? But yet I gotta, either be charged an arm and a leg, to do the same thing that you could do right now. It is more fiscally responsible for me to just buy the company if I can afford to do that, and I can just keep all the proceeds. You know what I'm saying? I can keep everything.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
How about that?
Or in Ben Affleck's words, in Zack Snyder's Justice League, just buy the bank.
Yeah, he said, Sky, don't forget that 300 series that Zach has in the works with WB, which will now be a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
Funny how that works, man. Amazing. Right? This is crazy. He said, yeah, $250 to $275 million in license. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would have had to pay for all the production costs and all that stuff too. So yep. He said yep, and I won't have to have a laundry list of things we can't do in films either. Yep. So
yep, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, man, dude, because it was gonna be all kind of stuff that was gonna come with that, like where they could kind of okay and not okay what was gonna be in the movie, and all that type of stuff. So this is a much better scenario.
Yep.
This is a much better scenario, and much love and thank you for the people that had to stop through. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. But how are you feeling about everything on like the second anniversary of this big day, man? Because a couple years ago, the sci-fi world changed forever, and we're still here, and we rocking out, and the people are still here showing their passion, man. So how do you feel about that?
Really, I feel like it's really great because, like, for me, because for me, other than superheroes, I'm also like a huge sci-fi fan, and really, like, especially other than Avatar and now recently kind of like a Dune, it's really kind of like hard for sci-fi to come by nowadays. Like, you actually have to kind of like look for something to be excited for. And it's just like, really, I think sci-fi has been it has kind of had a resurgence of sorts. We just had Dune Part 2 a few years ago, a few years back. Then we had, and then depending on how you look at it, we also had like Army of the Dead, because some people do theorize that Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon are connected. Maybe, maybe not. But there's a pretty strong theory on that. But and
Yeah,
then
they're basically in like the same multiverse.
yep, and also yep, and also just literally a few days ago we just got the release of Avatar: Fire and Ash, which I gotta say, like, I was completely floored with what I saw.
Fire movie, man.
Yeah,
Bruh, dude, you know what?
yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm actually glad that you brought that up because, man, oh man, bruh. People act, man, I don't know what's going on with movie online discussions, bro. I've been hearing, oh my God, this movie's so bad, and it's just like it's the same as the second one. I'm like, what the hell? No, it's not.
Yeah, yeah.
None of these movies have been the same.
Yep. And
I don't get
like,
it. They're not the same stories. It ain't the same stuff happening. I don't
yeah,
get it. I
yeah,
don't
like
get where this whole like all the movies are the same. What? Because it's
yeah,
blue people?
yeah, because like the thing is, like, the only thing that I kind of like agree with is that it's it seems like it's a that this one is a direct sequel to The Way of Water, which kind of does make sense because it is confirmed
Yeah.
by James Cameron that that Avatar: Fire and Ash does take place 2 weeks after The Way of Water. But other
Yeah.
than that,
Because 2 and 3 were actually one movie that got split into 2 parts.
yep,
And
and
yeah.
yeah, and really like and really like other like really like this is the like this
We ain't
was
about to spoil
actually
nothing, Paolo. He don't really
yeah.
talk about no spoil. Ain't anybody gonna spoil nothing, bro.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna say, like, people,
Jake
like, for
Sully
some reason,
died. Nah, I'm just joking.
yeah, like,
I'm just
yeah,
joking. I'm just joking.
but
I'm just joking.
yeah, like, other than that, it's like for some reason people just like to downgrade or discredit the Avatar franchise, like it's just the same movie over and over again with the same story beats. Like that's not a like that's completely boring for some reason, even though it's like completely normal for franchises to do, to call back to things.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like for me, like I really did love Fire and Ash, and me personally, after really thinking on it, I do think that this is actually the best Avatar movie yet.
Yeah, I was going back and forth about which one is better out of this one and two, and I'm still not quite sure yet. I'm gonna have to go watch it a few more times. But man, I really thought it was great, man. I thought that it was great. And yeah, we are seeing a resurgence of the sci-fi stuff. And I don't know, man. It's like everybody's doing their own thing. Like Cameron's doing what he's doing. And I think everybody's kind of doing their own thing in like a wonderful way too. Cameron is more so pushing the the lines in terms of technology,
Yep.
right? You have Dune, which feels a lot more grounded, but it's still sci-fi at the same time, and that's being pushed forward in its own right. And also, you got Zach doing like some stylized sci-fi, right?
Yep.
Where he's killing it in that aspect. So there's enough room for everybody to have their own little bat brand or batch of sci-fi and just be happy.
Yep.
Because Douglas Murphy says, nah, too much CGI for me. I really don't even be thinking about that when I be watching
Yeah.
these movies, man. I saw it in IMAX 3D and it looked beautiful, man. I really
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah. It
thinking about
really
all that.
did. Yeah, it really did. Like that first minute, like that first minute alone was insane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Pretty crazy. I was almost tearing up at the beginning, bro. I was like, oh man. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
like, bro, don't
like,
do this, bro. I was like, don't
yeah, I was like,
do
there's,
this. Right.
yeah,
But anyway, nah, man. I think all of the people that's cooking in sci-fi right now, it's great. And I really do feel bad for people that didn't get to see Rebel Moon in theaters because it was right up there, man, with all these other movies. It
oh
was right
wow,
up there, bro, in terms of like visuals and all that. Like I saw Dune 2 in theaters. I just saw Avatar. I mean, that's a little bit different because that's like some fucking technological. He's like on
yeah,
another, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, because if I'm correct, like James Cameron actually said that he had to create his own technology for
yeah,
these sequels.
pretty much, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah,
But like in terms of what I saw, from Rebel Moon, especially the director's cuts, I don't know why, but those looked a little bit better to me. When I saw those in theaters, but it was right up there with Dune 2, man. It was right up there, bro. Like here and here, and so I was like, yo, it was just weird seeing people you try to say, oh, but the CG looks bad and it's like a Netflix movie. And I'm like, bro, when you see these movies on the big, like, I don't know what people be watching Netflix on. Like, I have a pretty decent sized TV. These movies don't look super different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I'm like, yo, they be like, oh my God, but the nits and it's not even lit the same way. And oh, there's no. I'm like, oh, so now Guillermo del Toro don't know how to light a movie because
yeah,
it's on
because
Netflix. Like, what are we talking about?
yeah, because that's really kind of like the thing too. Like for me personally, I have like a 4K TV, and it runs good, and
Yeah,
people
man.
and I hear people complaining about like the color grading on like comparing it between Rebel Moon's the Rebel Moon family cut and the director's cuts, and they're like, why is this so different and stuff like that, and basically kind of complain about like trying to pretend that they're like specialists in color grading. And when Zach said himself essentially that the director's cuts are like are literally for the people who want to dive into it, or as Martin Scorsese actually put it, the director's cuts are like the people who want to dive into the world and kind of do like homework for those who want to be filmmakers to see what's the difference between a theatrical cut or a director's true vision, which is something like I personally like to do as well. I like to go into like the theatrical cuts of movies and then go see the director's cuts of movies to see what was changed, what was similar, and how the color grading works, because that's the thing too, because I personally don't have enough money to go to film school, but I'm learning the best way that I can. So yeah, it's like for people saying like, oh, this is why do I need to watch both cuts of something, like, no, the director's cuts versus his theatrical cuts is like really more of a choice. Like I don't
Yeah.
see why people are upset about that whole thing either, though.
Yeah, man. Look, they're gonna be upset about something, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna like it don't matter. It's gonna be something that is gonna upset them, and that's always gonna be the case. It's always gonna be, hey, I'm mad about this. I don't like that. You know, and I don't know. Like I was really thinking about that while I was watching Avatar. I was like, yo, what are people going into these movies to get out of them? Like, I'm like, yo, like, why do you
Exactly.
guys go to the movies? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know, man.
I don't know either.
It's like, oh, it's my job to go watch the movies out. It's like, yeah, I bet it is. He's sitting there talking about some, oh, Netflix, they don't like the movies the same way. Okay, so what happens when movies that are like from auteur directors and big budget movies, what happens when they go to the streaming platform? Like, they go relight the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and then put it on the phone and make sure that you can see it. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
He said, for me, it worked out perfect because now the PG-13 cuts, my 10-year-old daughter's a fan too. Exactly.
Exactly.
And there's been so many people that have put their families onto the PG-13 cuts, and you know, it's an entire thing that the family can enjoy because the family can't enjoy the director's cuts, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, the families can't enjoy the director's cuts.
He said they'd have been upset if Noble was bald. Right. He said, my first prediction for 2026 is nah. He said, my prediction, pain. My prediction is anger, bro. Right?
Really, I think Zach is gonna drop something on Christmas.
Right. He said, if the original Star Wars came out today, the internet would destroy it. Critics are dead.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they totally are.
That's crazy, bro. Let me do this. Yeah. Because I do be having to ask myself, it's like, what do people actually like? Like, what would come out today and people would be like, oh, this is dope. You know?
Really, I think now this is just my personal thinking on it. Like, I think that a lot of people today, I would, that I would kind of say I kind of like my generation, even though I kind of like differentiate them from me. Like, I think they really want to be entertained more in the sense of like the comedy sort of thing. Like, to me, it kind of seems like people who want to more like a fast paced action and just like something kind of fun. But the thing is too, it's not only like a movie thing. I kind of noticed it's also in the music industry as well, where people like listening to people like Drake, Cardi B, and kind of like those like mainstream artists that are just like popping music like popcorn. And really, I just don't think that people people in the like general audience from like 20s to 30s are really into like the artistry of it.
Man, that is actually a great comparison with the whole music industry thing, and I think that that's one of the reasons why this past I mean, I won't get too deep into it, but the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake situation, I think that was a lot deeper than what people realized.
Yeah,
because it was a lot that was kind of on the line at that point in terms of things that could be, like accepted in music and hip hop in general, right? And there's been like a kind of a swing towards things that have been more organic recently because of the fact that things were kind of watered down for a long time, man, and these were the cases, and so I think that when you look at what seems to be resonating with people now, it's people speaking the truth, their truth or whatever, just is speaking organically, and also just not putting forth just regular old talking points, because that whole stuff is dead. People are starting to realize it, and I really do feel like there's an awakening going on right now. We got Pag Rex, and I hope the theory about JL 2017 being replaced altogether with the PG-13 cut of ZSJL is true. That would be the ultimate get back. And if you think about it, as I've stated multiple times, the Zack Snyder's name is still on that movie. And that is one of the things that actually helped him be able to get his cut out later. But I think that might actually have saved him too, because he might be able to go back and actually do that and like put the 214 cut. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a regular Justice League movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. He said the truth is there's really no reason for ZSJL to be rated R. In my opinion, it was another tactic by WB to deter viewership when it came out. It's like, oh yeah, it's too scary.
Oh yeah, because that's really kind of like the thing. Like, other than like maybe like 2 F-bombs and maybe
was it even 2? I thought it was just 1.
No, it was 2. There was one from Cyborg when he was talking to Diana, and then one from Batfleck when he was in the nightmare scene. So that's 2. And there and there was only like 1 decapitation. So if anything, at the very least, it would have been a very hard PG-13 movie. But for a rated R movie, like, I don't see it. Like, maybe, like I said, at the very least, Zack Snyder's Justice League should have been like a very hard PG-13 movie, but I just don't see how it would be how it would have been rated R, because you don't have one sex scene in there that's kind of like Rebel Moon-esque, but but it's like, so it's really kind of crazy to me that Zack Snyder's Justice League was rated R.
He said, have they ever deconditioned a movie before? Justice League could be the first. Hey, it should be. It should be the first movie that's burned from existence, bro. Crazy. Zach should be like, that's not my fucking movie. Like, why is my name still on that? Like, that's not my movie. You know?
Yeah, because I think Chris Serio even said that he was trying to get his credit out of the movie, out of Justice League himself.
Alan Belk said it's the F-bombs that did it. You're only allowed 1 per PG-13, and even that has to be in a non-sexual context. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, yeah. But even if it's 4 hours, how you going to look? It should be 1 F-bomb per 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Right? He said, oh, fuck, not I fuck. Hey, right?
Yeah. But yeah, like really going back to kind of like Rebel Moon, real quick because there was actually kind of like one scene that I actually remember from the novelization of Rebel Moon that I was actually hoping made it into the director's cut when I was reading it, and that was the scene. There was a deleted scene essentially because, and I know it's a deleted scene because it's actually confirmed by the author that it was a scene that was originally scripted, where it was Princess Issa talking to Korra's adopted dad. Talking to Belisarius. And let me tell you guys this right now because I like it's hard for me to remember the scene word for word, but basically like that scene was actually pretty intense. Like props to the author of that novelization because as I was reading it, I was like, "Oh wow, Belisarius is gonna hit that little girl." like it was actually so intense that I was,
is
yeah,
a crazy dude, bro.
yeah, because I was like, because I was actually visualizing that I was kind of like in the middle of watching that scene play out as I was reading it, and I was like, "Oh wow, is he gonna hit her?" Like, because I was like the way she was kind of talking, I was like, "Oh wow, she's really getting him."
Right.
But like, yeah, like for those of you who haven't read the novelization, there's also a lot of cool context that didn't make the final cut of the director's cut that I do recommend people actually check out.
Yeah. And so you got both the novelizations, right?
Yeah, I got both of them.
Which one do you think was like had more of a difference in what was on the page than on screen? Would you say out of the two?
Out of the two, I would say the first part, the first part of the novelization.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say definitely the first part.
Yeah, I think that the difference that Curly Ray brought up earlier when he was speaking about how it seems almost as if the PG-13 cuts are a story that Jimmy is telling later.
Yep.
Right. Versus the director's cuts is what actually ended up happening. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because yeah, it seems like very more favoritism about it. Like, because really, I kind of like that idea too because it kind of goes back to like Jimmy's like giving their own kind of like I don't want to say propaganda like story of the events, but it's really more like the Jimmys. I think the Jimmys give a more fantasized historical version of it, where they're kind of like, what's that guy's name? The storyteller from 300. Like the guy I'm talking about,
yeah.
right? Yeah, because
Document is that barely a year ago.
yeah, because
My brother Leonidas told of victory.
Yeah, because that's what I kind of because that's what I feel like the Jimmys are kind of gonna be like. They're gonna be like the very biased narrators that's saying, "Yeah, we're the good guy" throughout the PG cuts, and then director's cut, it's like, nah, this is what happened.
Alan Brooks, like, people be worrying about Netflix ain't gonna do physical media, and they out here doing novelizations, right?
Oh yeah.
Which is actually a
Oh,
great point,
oh,
because that is physical media.
oh yeah, and Alan too. And real quick, about that, Alan, about the whole physical media thing. Netflix just put out that season 2 of Arcane is going to be released in physical media form. So Netflix is still doing physical media form as we speak. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a
Stranger
physical.
Things is probably gonna come on Blu-ray. They were talking about, right? Like Frank C said, the robber in the bank dropped an F-bomb too. Okay,
Okay.
for sure. He says, in the novel, do they fully explain the wolf and worm myth?
No.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
Would be cool if we got an Atticus Noble origin series. The whole growing up in a sci-fi space militaristic academy has no bounds.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Hey, oh my god. I just thought about that part because I was like, maybe they could bring Noble back, but then she was like, look, your head gonna get cleaved from your shoulders and your ship gonna be your tomb. And I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that that's what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, she told him exactly what she was gonna do, bro.
Yep. And really and yeah, like and really like she was like what I kind of like about what I really kind of like about Cora throughout the director's cuts and the theatrical cuts was that when she was fighting, she was like through each fight scene, it was going like from okay, she's taking some hits because she's rusty. Then throughout the progress of the 2/4 movies, you see that she's starting to get back into it until she's finally in peak form. And that was really kind of cool because it's like you don't need to see like you don't see need to see her like having flashbacks of like training back in the mother world. You're just kind of like seeing her. You're seeing how she's adapting to how she fights bigger and stronger opponents, and he's kind of like getting back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really kind of like another cool detail with Cora's fight sequences because we already knew because we've all kind of like heard that she's like the scar giver, like and this was kind of like the scar giver, like kind of like returning slowly but surely, and then and in part 2, she basically took down a whole dreadnought by herself. So that was kind of like the culmination of the scar giver myth fully returning.
Hey, we got the homies saying uploading now, Brody, all rendered out. Hey, because we are about to drop this video. And hold up, let me do this because a little bit after we drop this video, I will be kind of shutting the stream down, but we are gonna leave y'all with something dope. We gonna leave y'all with something dope because it's all this talk about Rebel Moon, dog, and the VR, and people didn't know what happened. Like, we've been telling them, like, yo, we was on the Rebel Moon train, bruh.
Yep.
We was doing the VR. It was a lot of stuff kind of going down, you know. but it is what it is. Nah, I was just like, hey man, nah, this is super dope. And I'm gonna start hold on, I'm gonna start setting this up because I am going live on my gaming channel tonight. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be sure to go give a like and subscribe there. Hey, I was just about to do that. Shout out to the homie, the good Austin, who put the link in the chat. Cause we will be going over there. I will be playing some Arc Raiders with the homies. You know what I mean?
I'll be sure to check it out.
Huh? Are you a gamer, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm a gamer. More of a console gamer, but yeah, I'm a gamer.
Yeah, I was a console gamer, bro, all that stuff, but now that I'm streaming, you got to do it kind of with the PC and all that stuff, man, but it's been dope and been having a lot of fun and been rocking out with the people, it's been a lot of fun, man, a lot of fun. So yeah, shout out to all y'all that's been rocking out. And yeah, we will be going live shortly over there after all this is done. But we will be leaving you guys with something dope on our way out. Yeah, dig.
Yep.
Oh wait, no. This is actually wrong. See? All right, watch this. For sure. Okay, there we go. All right. He said, in Arc Raiders about to be the biggest game in the world right now, so we're gonna try to join in the engagement while recruiting people to the cause. For sure. Yeah, man. What you been playing lately, Jeff?
Lately been going back to Metaphor Refantasio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm more into the single player game, the single player story based games, and then the multiplayer games, because to me they're kind of like the same. So yeah, I'm more of a multiplayer guy, single player guy.
Yeah. I'm all that, man. I was actually going through the Arkham series as well. Like the homie just pointed out, we will be getting back on the Arkham stuff pretty soon. We went through Arkham Asylum, and now we own the Arkham City. And now, as soon as we get this link from the homie, I can't wait to see this video because I haven't even seen what he's done yet, yo. This is what's so dope about the Syndicate. I just be like putting the homie on a mission, and as soon as he's done with the mission, we just share it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no like going back and hey dog, go nah. We over here, bro. I ain't even seen what's about to happen. Right? Have you tried the Rebel Moon VR thing, Jeff?
No, I haven't. I don't. That's out of my price range.
Man, bro, he said, "You ever gonna release a Rebel Moon Descent, bro? It's about to come. We are waiting on it right now. Rebel Moon the Descent, bro. Super dope. But yeah, that VR thing is like out of this world, man. It is so much fun." And it was me, the homie Bat Dan, and Floyd Lawton, aka Deadshot Headshot. Y'all know who came out on top, you know what I'm saying? With the most accuracy, you know what I'm saying? The most everything, right? Honey said, is it uploading on your side? What on Google Drive? Hold on, bro. I don't know. Let's see. All right. I don't know. Might need a link, dog.
Yeah.
Might need a link, bro. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. It's downloading, bro.
Okay.
I got it, bro. I got it. Okay. So once again, we about to premiere something. I have not seen this video. Okay. Y'all, he's a producer over here feeling like Matt Murdock. He's like, bro, he's just listening, bro. Like, and he can see everything. Right. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead. Just so y'all don't, just in case y'all don't know, this is me and the homies, ZSSM, or hold up, let me put it like this: Rebel Moon ZSSM style. Let me go ahead and move this real quick. And all right, I'm about to play this like this. Let's do this.
Put that Dan over here.
Alright, you guys. Go ahead and stand next to each other, arms length apart for me, please. Alright, couple rules before we start, everyone. As you look around, there's black tape all around the beautiful box. Do whatever you want within the box. Do not cross my box. Otherwise, you're going to hit the wall. She has hands and she will give you a bruise right back. So be very careful, okay? The visors do tell you when you get in too close, just pay attention if your visor doesn't tell you anything. When it comes to any of the equipment, bracelets, anklets, vests, headsets, visors, the weapons are acting weird, the game's lagging, the screen's lagging. There are other ones that can help you with that. To get help with that, you'd say pause or pause game as loud as possible. If you whisper it, it does not count. We do not care. And if you break your leg and say my leg is broken, I still do not care. You gotta say pause or pause game. Sometimes when you do this, the electrical problem, maybe look at it again. You're responsible for yourself, we can't see anything, we can't see each other, so you don't have to watch what you're saying, okay?
They're everywhere!
Any questions? Can I quickly cross-box and look at the camera? Yeah.
Hey. Hey. Yeah. Drop ship. Get to the left, get to the left. Get to the left. Oh my God. That's me reviving them, bro. Get to the left, get to the left. Hey, but somebody else is gonna fall too. We fight. This is where they die. Y'all hear that?
Oh.
Wait, Austin said press pause for a second. He said, I didn't see Floyd fall in the videos, bro. Oh, so Floyd got off easy. He said, I might gotta run it back because it's kind of like a laggy. Okay. All right, bro. I run it back. He said, do you guys wait, and do the guns it give you like rumble feedback? Yes, bro. Yes, absolutely. 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 All right, look, I'm gonna run this back some. I'm gonna start it from like right here. That's crazy. I can't believe Floyd Lawton was so worried about seeing himself fall and it didn't even get caught on video. He told on himself. He told on himself. He didn't even have to say anything. He said Floyd wasn't even in frame. That's crazy.
Wow.
All right. But let's get back to this.
The exhaust vent! Dodge!
Oh.
Ambush!
Attack! Lay down suppressive fire!
Don't hurt them!
Oh, shit!
It's firing! Look out!
Get out, get out, get out!
Yeah! Now that's fighting like a rebel! All right. Time to blow off some steam and dance.
Oh.
Yeah! Shake it out! Woo!
crazy. How'd you like it? Oh,
It was great.
I had a blast.
Although, unfortunately, I have to remember the barriers aren't real barriers. That's the barrier.
No, believe me, I did that once, bro. I was like, oh.
Sure.
The video was going to be tragic because I went into the barriers multiple times.
Hey,
Wow,
man,
yeah, that looks.
I told
yeah,
y'all, bro.
That looks very
told
fun.
y'all, bro.
That looks very
told
fun.
y'all, bro. I told y'all, man, we was getting it in, dog. And Skywalker was number one, of course, bro. Most accurate, most kills, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Oh
was.
my
Yeah, that
God.
looks very fun. That really does look like a blast.
He said, do the guns rumble? Of course they do, bro. Of course they do. It feels like you shooting the slag rounds, bro. I was in there. See, because here's what's so crazy. Because I had been to that place once. And usually they don't have like things there for you to hide behind. But Zach's, you have to hide behind stuff. So the problem becomes like you start seeing all these crates in front of you, right? So you start thinking the crates are there. So one time I literally tried to like put my arm through and like lean on the crate. And I was like, oh shit, it's not there. Right? Like I was like, oh, hold up. Let me back up, right? He said he was so scared. Meanwhile, I was rolled over because of Batman while searching the videos. Exactly, right? DC All the Way said, did you guys film this or did you get a video from them? It's both. We each filmed one angle and you get footage from them as well.
Oh, wow.
So it was both. All right. Always both.
Yep. But yeah, man, that really does look like a blast.
Did it look fine on your side? It looked cool. But you know, it's the StreamYard stuff, yo.
Yeah.
StreamYard stream stuff in 1080p, they'd be in like 4K and all that, right? So but yeah, no, that was super dope. That was so much fun. And yeah, we might actually run that back on the way out of here. But yeah, we got to get Leon back, yo. We got to get Leon back on there because, you know, he think that he can beat me on there. And I'm like, bro, it's not going to happen, dog. It's not going to happen, bro. I'm the dead shot. I'm the real dead shot in the crew, bro. Don't nobody. I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you. But it should be that way. Like, none of y'all should be able to shoot better than me, right? Like, you know, if y'all did, it would be crazy, right? That would be crazy for me to let y'all actually be able to shoot better than me. Like, that would be wild. Mama Bear said, definitely need Sky versus Leon. Hey, he won it though, because he said he think he gonna do it. And I'm like, all right, bro, we gonna see. You know what I'm saying? But just know that. I'm telling you, bro. Hey, that's that. Mama Bear said virtual BBS.
Oh wow,
right?
that actually would be insane.
All right. DC All the Way with the $5 super chat that was during that lovely video. He says, if Rebel Moon gets another comic run, what character would you want next? Titus, Tarak, etc. I'll let you go first. Yeah.
I would say Tarak, because really I want to see yeah, especially kind of like, oh no, I think a good one would be more of Eris. Like, I would actually be interested in a Eris comic run to see really kind of like how he adapted from the trauma that he endured all the way to the first, all the way until the events of all the way into the events of the movie, because then it would have been kind of been like I really do think we could see. I really just want to see more of like Eris and really how the relationship with him and Noble was, because in the novelization they actually did hint at a kind of relationship that Noble and Eris had, where there was a line of dialogue that wasn't in the director's cut, but basically after Noble finds out that Eris betrayed them, the original line was basically Noble saying, "I should have killed him back at his planet," and that line obviously isn't in the director's cut.
Yeah.
So really, I want to see kind of like a Eris spinoff to kind of look at more of like the dynamic between Eris and Noble.
Yeah. Me, honestly, it would be General Titus. I think a lot more from him in terms of like all the gladiator stuff and just exactly what happened after the him obviously losing his entire crew, and just him and his journey throughout that, right? And what those struggles were like, right? But that's the beauty of this thing. You could get a comic run
For
on
every
any
character.
for any of these characters.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. For sure. He said, oh wait, before I play this drop, he said, I will say Floyd was moving all over the place. Boy was on his feet, bro. Yeah, it was like mobility, bro. He was all around him. He was running all over the place. But the thing for me is just it was just the deadly accuracy, bro. See, I ain't gotta do all that moving, bro. I can just stand in one spot, dog, and hold it down, bro. And hold it down, dog, from one spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were definitely holding it down.
Holding it down, dog. Anyway, much love. Let me play this drop for
that. In this transaction, we pick up 3 businesses basically that we're not currently in. So meaning we have no redundancies currently, but and one of them is a motion picture studio with a theatrical distribution machine. And so there's been a lot of speculation what we would do with this. And I think it's really important to note that we haven't talked at all about what we're going to do with this, but what we are going to do with this is we're deeply committed to releasing those movies exactly the way they've released those movies today. All 3 of these new businesses, we want to keep operating largely as they are. The theatrical business, we have not, been talked a lot about it in the past about wanting to do it because we've never been in that business. When this deal closes, we are in that business and we're going to do it. So think about it. If we did this deal 24 months ago, all of those movies we saw this year do so well at the box office for Warner Brothers would have been released in the same way in theaters. Talking about Minecraft, I'm talking about Superman, I'm talking about Weapons, all those movies that Sinners. These movies will be released on Netflix through theaters the way that Warner Brothers did it before, but with the Warner Brothers operating entity. We think it's really important the way that they create and the way that they drive value. We didn't buy this company to destroy that value. The second one is the television studio who produce and license content to third parties. Also, we were never in that business. We are now. And I think it's an important thing that and when we get under the hood, that's a really healthy business. It's not as big as ours, and that's why we haven't really focused that much on doing it. The growth opportunity in our core business has been greater. But now in this transaction, we own that business. And Channing and that group do a phenomenal job. And we want them to continue to do that phenomenal job. And then HBO is another example of that, which is, as Greg said, this is a prestige television brand that people really love. And I would say that they have been doing gymnastics to make themselves into a general entertainment brand. And I think under this transaction, they don't have to do that anymore. We're already a very well-established general entertainment brand, and we want HBO to double down on the things that people have loved for 50 years about HBO. The fact that prestige television and movies in the various pay TV windows. These are the things that we're going to keep going in this business.
Ted Sarandos letting y'all know. Thank you for the TED Talk, homie.
Yeah.
Thank you for the TED Talk, homie.
Yeah, that's
y'all
actually
thought this
the
was
first
a game, dog. Y'all thought this shit was a game.
That's actually the first time I've heard that clip in full context. I was
What?
oh
yeah, he cooked. He cooked.
Yeah, he cooked. He cooked.
But there's nothing else to argue, bro. There's nothing to discuss. I've been saying this. Like, it's over, dog.
Yep.
It's over. He said, yo, all that, y'all sitting here tripping about IMAX and theaters and physical media. He said, bruh, we didn't buy them to just destroy the company. Like, hold up. I got one more for you.
Okay.
We're going to run Warner Brothers. It's a very successful company with an incredible legacy of film. We didn't buy the company to harm any of the value that it currently exists. We intend to release all the Warner Brothers movies in cinema the same way they do today. And here they'll come through the output deal in Canal Plus, and then through the various paid television windows around the world afterwards. So we're very excited for the acquisition, and we really do want to continue to bring out the best of everything that those companies do.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's really kind of like crazy because, like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like people are just blindly ignorant to the fact that recently, recently, I think it was either before or during the sale that basically Netflix and AMC theaters made a deal together to show their stuff in movie theaters. Like, you don't make a move like that unless you plan on having stuff being shown in movie theaters.
Time out. They got deals with AMC, IMAX, and Regal.
Yep. Oh wait,
what are we
Regal
talking
too?
About? What are
Regal
we talking
too?
about? Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
They have deals with AMC, IMAX, and Regal. What are we discussing?
Yeah, that's the big three right there,
bro. Why are we talking about theatrical?
Yeah, that's the big three right there.
What
that's
does
the
that
big
not
three.
cover? We said yes, Regal theaters as well. Yes. Frank C said, Sky, another thing that nobody has mentioned, Mike and Pam on the theatrical side, meaning all of this Lynn talk makes no sense. I agree, bro. I agree wholeheartedly, right? It's just to get you guys in. Look, I'm going to tell y'all what it is before we got to go. Because they don't want the Zack Snyder fan base rallying behind the Netflix idea. That's what it is. That's all it is. So that's going to mean whatever is going to have to happen to get you guys to feel negatively about this Netflix deal, they're going to have to put it out there. So it's oh, yeah, Dan Lin doesn't want the Snyderverse. Oh, it's not going to come out in theaters. Oh, it's just, it's not going to do this. Bruh, calm down, breathe. Everything's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everything is, because really that's the thing too. Like, everything is like completely fine. If anything, like looking at it from kind of like the Paramount side of things, like really Paramount is kind of like acting more like a brat, like because I remember seeing an article where David Zaslav said that basically the dude from Paramount was spamming. It was spamming David Zaslav's phone to the point that he had to block him.
Right? Watch this. Exactly. Watch this. Apex Lux says, I was away from the stream. Did you talk about the Ellisons not backing down? Roaches, man. You know what?
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't talk about it because I'm not going to, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we did. I said I'm not talking about that shit because I don't care, bro. I don't care, dog. I'm not doing it, dog. I'm not doing it. But you was away from the stream. You did miss the Rebel Moon video, bro. So we are about to get on out of here. You know what I'm saying? He said, and fans will privately send messages like they have no hope in Netflix and they really hope Paramount wins. Right? That's what I'm saying, man. He said, word. I'm like, bro, nah, man, I'm not talking about that shit. I'm like, bro,
it's not worth it.
Rock, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, I even saw this post where somebody said, yo, you have a better version coming, Austin? All right, cool. But yeah, bro, nah, that's wild, man. That's wild. He said, Daddy, Netflix is mean. It's crazy. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Like, go,
like
bro.
I said,
ain't nobody tripping off you, bro.
Exactly.
All right, I got you, bro. I'm going to the Gmail now. There we go. All right. Yeah, we're gonna play this as the outro. You dig? What's your final thoughts as we close this on out, man?
Yeah, final thoughts are really glad that we're really glad about Rebel Moon coming out, and it really just with the lore that we've just kind of like that we've just kind of been exploring for the last 2 years, and hope for many more. And also we're so close. Like the sale is almost a done deal, and like and that's kind of like that's really kind of like the craziest thing about it, like too, like it's actually kind of crazy that 5 years that the Snyder Cut got released in 2021, and then like we're 5 years later, almost 5 years later. Now we're going to have Netflix getting Warner Brothers. Like that's that's actually insane when you really think about it in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like two impossibles happening in half a decade that people said wouldn't ever happen. Like
crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy, right? Frank C says Ted already said he wants more of the Penguin. Gunn wanted Penguin shut down. Tells you everything you need to know, bro. It's over, dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He did.
I'm trying to tell y'all this is over, dog. That's why we ain't even entertaining some of these conversations. They were talking about they were trying to talk about David Zaslav and James Gunn job security, dog. I'm good. And motherfuckers trying to offer bids when you got people pulling out of the deal.
Yep, exactly.
You got people pulling out of the deal, and he gonna be like, look, y'all, hey, I can back this money. So please just take one more look at it.
Yep.
Please just take one more look at it. Right? please just take one more look at it, right?
Hey, buddy. Squidward. Free cleaning service? Census taker. Good day, kind sir. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Right? Come on, man. Right? But I got to get on out of here, man. We got to get to it. Head on over to the gaming channel because I'm about to start my gaming stream. We're going to let this be the outro. We're going to get at y'all next time. You dig? Peace.
Peace.
Alright, you guys. Go ahead and stand next to each other, arms length apart for me, please. Alright, couple rules before we start, everyone. As you look around, there's black tape all around the beautiful box. Do whatever you want within the box. Do not cross my box. Otherwise, you're going to hit the wall. She has hands and she will give you a bruise right back. So be very careful, okay? The visors do tell you when you get in too close, just pay attention if your visor doesn't tell you anything. When it comes to any of the equipment, bracelets, anklets, vests, headsets, visors, the weapons are acting weird, the game's lagging, the screen's flashing. We're the only ones who can help you with that. To get help with that, you'd say pause or pause game as loud as possible. If you whisper it, it does not count. We do not care. If you break your leg and say my leg is broken, I still do not care. You gotta say pause or pause game. Sometimes you do this, the electrical function. If you look at it again, you're responsible for yourself. We can't see anything. We can't see each other, so you don't have to watch what you're seeing, okay?
They're everywhere!
Any questions? Can I quickly cross box? Yeah.
Hey. Hey. Yeah. Drop ship. Get to the left, get to the left. Get to the left. Oh my God. Let's go, CSSM. Get to the left, get to the left.
All right. Time to blow off some steam and dance. Yeah! Shake it out! Woo!
Hey, that shit was crazy. How'd you like it? Oh,
It was great.
I had a blast.
Although unfortunately, I have to remember the barriers aren't real barriers. I kind of think that's the barrier.
No, believe me, bro.
I did that once, bro. I was like, oh.
The video was gonna be tragic because I went into the barriers multiple times.